Hi everyone, it's Cindy Rue with Mama Rue Crafts, and on we go with our multi-page mini. Today we're on this series, we're going to learn how to do this cascade effect. There's 3 flaps that lift up, and then we have our pocket, and we still have the little pocket on this other side. So let's get to it. We have all our elements. We have our basic page. We have the 1, 2, 3 cascade pieces with the flaps fold down. They've already been pre-inked. I did pre-cut all my pieces because I do want to show you an option on how I assemble it. Alright. Going to take the first one, and they're all the same size, so it doesn't matter which one, and you're going to glue the flap. You could use score tape, and I have in the past. I have used ATG. Now ATG, I have found over time, may work loose. So score tape, when it sticks, it sticks. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room in getting this adjusted. So what you do is you put it on the flap, you line it up with this top corner and that top edge, and you stick it down. Okay. That's all there is to that one. Wiping off any excess glue you may have. Okay, so there's your first flap. Second, you're going to glue this flap also. Not a lot of glue, just enough. Now, where this fold over is, you're going to butt this against it, keeping it flush on this side. Alright, that's why I said the glue is nice, because it allows you some time to move stuff around and fit it in. Okay, and it pushes up. You can still make sure you're lined up here. It butts up against that other flap. Alright, now we have 2 flaps. See how easy this one is. Now, we do number 3. And remember again, these were 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. And with the 1/2 inch turned down. So it still fits a nice size photo. And again, you're butting up to that edge and making sure you're lined up over here. Okay, come on, get over just a smidge. There we go. Press it down. Ta-da! We have all 3 flaps done. Okay. Now, on gluing my paper on, I'll use the ATG glue. But what I wanted to show you was the first one is just the size of the front flap. This is the size of the flap. So these 2 are the same. Now what I've done is I've done all of these the same, even this bottom piece, but I left a journaling spot. That leaves a journaling spot in between these pages. Okay? That's how I did this one. Now, what I'm going to do for this one is a little different, and it's what I saw on Toshido, I think is how you say it, Scraps by the Beach, or Scraps at something along that line. She had a video kind of giving this basic instruction on how to do this. What you're doing here is you're lining up your top and your bottom, getting that focused in. Okay. Now, for my second piece, for this side, I cut it longer, so it's going to overlap onto that area, and I'll show you the trick on that. Now, I'm going to put my tape on here, my ATG. Okay, and it goes this way, so this is the top. I'm going to put a little extra couple bands on it here, okay? What I'm going to do is line up my bottom, or no, yeah, line up the bottom, because you want, this is the part that's visible, so you want to make that always the same, and you come up. And what I do is I take my bone folder, and you'll feel that ridge, and you want to go in and score with that bone folder on that ridge. Okay, that's so it will press up, but it gives you a finished edge, because when I take my other piece, oops, and put it on the top, I don't have those blank area. But I do like how I did the first one, because I do like writing in that area. Oops. Oh, that's how it goes. Okay. I have to kind of look at my pattern paper sometimes. Can't tell which side's up and which side's down. Alright. Okay, so then you don't have that area to write on, but it gives you a nice finished look, as opposed to this one where we have the journaling area. Okay. So you would continue gluing down in that fashion. Oops. Here's my top. Match up my ends here, because this is what you're going to see. You want that always to try to be uniformed. Get your bone folder, feel for that ridge, and just score it. And help with that folding, okay? And the bottom piece. Oh, you know what? I gotta measure this bottom piece, because this might not be, no, it is. It just looked a little bigger than I thought it was gonna be, or need to be. Alright, we're good. This one you don't have to worry about folding or creasing with the bone folder, because it doesn't get folded. And this one I left wider to go all the way, or almost all the way over to that edge. Okay. Now I can cut a little scrap of a piece. A little bit of a green that I could put in there. Get my trash bin here. Yep, I can take that. I think I'd rather do a little brown. There we go. A little ink on the edges. I did pre-ink all the rest of them. I have a glue on this. Tape. Why does it always want to be that last little piece? It's difficult. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we have, and I can put these pieces on. This one I chose the brown because I wanted to accent the bird. I'm getting quieter the more videos I do. There we go. Photo, flap, photo, photo, photo. Look at the amount of real estate you get with this. Plus you have your pocket, plus you'll have a pocket over here. You can have lots of things. Now, in my other videos, I showed that I used a funky little paper clip, and you can do that. But I found I could make a funky paper clip, little fun little element, and what I use is 18 gauge. I found this, believe it or not, at Tuesday Morning, of all places, and it was 99 cents for this 18 gauge wire. There aren't, don't know how many feet are on here, but there's not, it isn't a huge spool. But for 99 cents, I thought, well, we'll try it. What you need is approximately 6 inches. Okay. I use my curling tool. See, it's rounded here. I'm going to grab this end, just make a bit, and wrap it around, making a curl, just like that. You see it? Just a little curl. Holding them, pinching them here, and you just kind of, well, maybe not yet. One more curl around. Just kind of shape it a little bit. Now, pinching it here, you pinch and you bend the wire around. See how it's curling? Bend it around. You're making a spiral. You can play with it as much as you want, but you do need 18 gauge wire. 20 gauge and higher is too flimsy. The 18 bends really well and works. See what I'm trying to make here? Just going around, and as you go, just holding out a little farther off center so that you're keeping that space. When you have approximately, okay, and I'm going to shape it a little bit better, there you go. When we have approximately an inch left, I slid on some beads. I just used some seed beads. Use 3, as many as you like. 3, 4, 12, I don't know. I mean, well, not 12, but I'm just putting on a few. Okay. Put on as many as you like. Alright, just leave it loose. Then you go to this end and you're going to curl it in the opposite direction. What I did was I pinch it on here and I bend the wire around or twist my wrist, whichever. I'm getting that little J again. Do you see that? Curl it a little more to where they're almost touching. Alright. There, they're almost touching. And you're just going to do like you did before, bending it with your between your two fingers and wrapping it that way. So you're getting kind of a S, maybe. I don't know what you're looking for, but that's the element you're looking for. See? And they're not going to be alike. No two are going to be alike. Alright. Then, to put it on, push all your beads up. Take this bigger outer loop, tuck it in that pocket area, push the center up. See what I did? Push the center up so it's on the top. Whoops. And it flew across the room. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, I had the seed down there. Bead down on that. Push it up. And you can have your beads out on that loop, but not behind. And there you go. Just a fun little element. And you can bring the beads up onto the paper if you want. You can angle it a little so it's more vertical, like this. You can angle it down. However you want. It's just a nice little accent piece, I thought. And you can make as many, I mean, they're super simple to make. As long as you have your little rounding tool. I don't know what they call it, but it's just helps you do those little J's, those starters. Okay. So you got a fun little element that you can add. And you can flip it around the other way. Just bending so that the part will go back behind. This up. And you're just making it a paper clip. Okay? And then you can have it curl this way. So it's personal preference. Didn't get tucked behind. There we go. It's personal preference on how you want it to look. But isn't that a fun little element to add? And it's pennies. I mean, not even a penny. It's fractions. And it's a fun element you can make on your own with 18 gauge wire and some seed beads. And you wouldn't even have to add the seed beads. But you can get the wire in copper and gold and silver. 18 gauge is what you're looking for. And you can get that at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Okay? So this now is your cascade. We have now made 1, 2, 3 pages. Yay! Got a good start going here. Almost done with the mini. We have one more page and it will be a surprise, and I will not get that video up till tomorrow because I have to add some little tweaking to it and put another little surprise in there for you. Alright? So, hope you try these. Go ahead and finish your pages, and I'll have that next one up in the next day. Alright? Thank you. Happy scrapping.